Imagine a quantum world where the reality is uncertain, or when you're not looking, things exist in multiple possible states, shifting in ways beyond our imagination. This phenomenon is called the superposition. And now, you decide to observe it. The moment you measure it with a device, the uncertainty vanishes and reality snaps into one single definite form. This is exactly how quantum mechanics works. For over 2,500 years, Buddhism has taught that reality is shaped by our perception. Scrolling a cat is both alive and dead until someone opens the box. And similarly, Buddhist philosophy suggests our perception plays a crucial role in shaping what we call the reality. And for centuries, the battle between science and spirituality has raged on. The intersection of observer effect in quantum mechanics and ancient wisdom is intriguing. Is reality truly independent of us, or does our observation bring it into existence? Particles exist in multiple states at once until they are measured. When left unobserved, they pass through both states simultaneously, creating an inference pattern and behave like waves. But the moment a detector is placed to observe their path, the wave pattern disappears, and they would behave like particles instead. It almost seems as if particles are consciously hiding their wave nature, but that's not what's happening. Particles don't choose their behavior. The act of measurement disturbs their wave-like interference, causing the wave function to collapse. The discovery challenges our very understanding of the reality, including Albert Einstein. Einstein was uncomfortable with quantum mechanics. He believed the universe was deterministic and governed by precise laws. The idea that reality could be uncertain, changing, based on observation seemed quite absurd to him. He argued that quantum mechanics was incomplete, and therefore he and his other colleagues proposed hidden variables, the factors why we couldn't see, and that might explain quantum uncertainty. But the physicist John Bell tested Einstein's ideas, and he showed that reality isn't as fixed as Einstein thought. Quantum entanglement is real, and reality might be far stranger than we ever imagined. If quantum mechanics is strange, string theory takes it to another level. Instead of tiny particles, it suggests everything is made of vibrating strings of energy. These strings may exist in hidden dimensions that are beyond our perception and current technology. Italian physicist Gabriele Veneziano was studying the strong nuclear force in 1968. He discovered something unexpected, a math equation that perfectly described interactions between particles. At first, the discovery seemed like a coincidence, but later, physicists realized this equation made perfect sense if particles were not tiny points, but rather tiny little vibrating strings of energy. Physicists like Leonard Susskind, Holger Knudsen, and Yoshiro Nambu expanded on Veneziano's work and asked, what if fundamental particles, electrons, quarks, neutrinos, were not points, and instead they are tiny strings vibrating at different frequencies? If this is true, what we see as different particles might be just different vibrations pattern of the same entity. Even the baffling graviton, Be mindful that string theory is still unproven. We would need to confirm the presence of 6 extra dimensions, bringing the total to 10 or 11 dimensions from the fourth. And yet, our most powerful particle accelerators can only probe scales of about 10 to a power of negative 19 meters, still far larger than a Planck length. Our technology reveals we still have a long road ahead in string theory and higher dimensions.
In one big research laboratory, they're trying to find out what makes grass green.
Despite its mysteries, quantum mechanics has surprising parallels with ancient spiritual traditions. Philosophies have long described reality as a web of interconnected energy. Hinduism's Brahman suggests all things originate from a single fundamental source of existence, mirroring string theory's proposal that all particles come from different vibrations. Buddhism Indra's net describes a vast cosmic web where every node reflects all others. And this is much like the quantum entanglement, where two particles remain mysteriously linked, even across vast distances. Taoism style, the Buddhist concept of anatta, and Hinduism's Maya all suggest reality is fluid and dependent on perception, similar to the observer effect in quantum mechanics. Could it be that ancient spiritual traditions intuitively grasped truth, in which modern physics is only now beginning to uncover? Let us explore further. Taoism describes Tao as the fundamental principle that governs the universe. Yin-yang dualism is strikingly similar to wave-particle duality. Tao is undefined yet, but it creates all things. It emphasizes flowing with nature rather than forcing outcomes, much like the probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics. Similarly, Taoism's idea that reality is not fixed but constantly in flux can also be interpreted as both incoherent and unified, and this idea paralleling with Islamic concept of Tawhid, the oneness of God. String theory doesn't just propose extra dimensions. It also opens the door to the possibility of multiple universes. If strings vibrate differently in different dimensions, they could create entirely separate realities, each governed by its own physical laws. And that's what we are going to discuss next, the multiverse. According to the many worlds interpretation, every quantum decision splits reality into different possible outcomes. At first, there could be identical copies of you making choices in different universes, and over time, small changes in those decisions might make every version of you fundamentally different. Although some version of you might still be identical, making us not alone in the grand scheme of the cosmos. And closely enough, the Avatam Saka Sutra speaks of infinite interpenetrating worlds, much like the concept of reincarnation. Both suggest reality is not absolute, but it may consist of multiple coexisting dimensions. The manual interpretations MWI proposes every possible event occurs in at least one universe, and this is much like quantum uncertainty. Quantum uncertainty never happens, it just happens in another universe. Is reality an illusion? The holographic principle proposed by physicist Gerald Hooft and Leonard Susskind suggests our 3D dimension reality may be a projection from information encoded on a distant two-dimensional surface, a hologram. Our reality might be shaped by encoded information. Does this hint that the universe we perceive is not in its full extent of reality? Tao mentioned that nature is beyond human understanding, beyond language. Any attempt to describe it limits its true essence, just like measuring a quantum system collapses wave function, narrowing the outcome to either particles form or wave form. Indirectly, this may also suggest we never truly grasp the ultimate nature of reality. just like a player would never wish his coded NPC awakened in a game. And thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comment section. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending exploration. And see you guys soon. Bye!